Hello, good morning. I welcome you all in this 1 week faculty development program where in this particular session we are going to talk about entrepreneurial ecosystem in India. So yes, it would have been altogether a very different and learning experience if this could have happened in a physical environment where you and me all we can interact and share our learning and knowledge. Nevertheless, technology is always there to help us. So I got this opportunity to interact with you all, share my learning and my exposure to this particular field of entrepreneurship, incubation, and innovation. Before starting to talk about this topic, let me share with you all that what is my understanding or my exposure to this field. I am Ramesh Kumar. I am assistant professor in Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies, University of Delhi. We have our own incubation center funded by Delhi government in our institution. For operating that uh, incubation center, we have formed a Section 8 company, and I am one of the director in that organization, that particular entity, which we called SSCBS Innovation and Incubation Foundation. In short, we call it SIFE. Beside this, I am also holding a responsibility of national convener in entrepreneurship cell in Kautilya International Foundation, KIF. For last 4-5 years, I am into this entrepreneurship as I am student of entrepreneurship. I'm doing my research in social entrepreneurship. So whatever I'm going to share, it is my academic as a teacher or as a director in incubation center or as a research scholar, whatever my understanding in entrepreneurship or ecosystem related that I'm going to share. So I have decided to divide this video into two parts. Firstly, we're going to talk about what ecosystem is, what is the background, why ecosystem is important, what are the major components of ecosystem, and how we can create a favorable ecosystem, what we need to do for creating a favorable ecosystem. And in second part, where I'm going to talk about specifically on campus ecosystem regarding entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial activities, and what is the procedure and how we are operating our incubation center. That is my first-hand experience, what I'm going to share with you all, how we run this incubation center, that I'm going to discuss in the second part. So let's move ahead. Before going to talk about ecosystem, entrepreneurial ecosystem, I would like to share some figures and facts with you all, and that will reflect where the importance of ecosystem is, why this ecosystem is important. So if you can see, this is the latest report which was released or published by World Bank on ease of doing business, where out of 190 countries, India is positioned at 63rd. So we are at 63rd position right now in out of 190 countries, where we were at 77 in previous report. So India jumped 14 position as compared to its previous position. If we look at this, the picture I have shared, if we go through this picture, you will notice it that in 2005 we were at 116th position. In 2006 we are at 2006 we are at 134. In 2014 we were at 142, which is the lowest as of now. And if you see that the entire journey of this ease of doing business is something like roller coaster, it is up and down like. But from 2016 onwards, we are continuously, progressively getting better and better. No doubt, India is doing better and better, and still we are far behind the leading countries, if we look at this chart I have shared, or this data I have shared, New Zealand is first position, Singapore is still in second position, Hong Kong, Denmark, South Korea, US, all these countries, those who are doing well in ease of doing business. Why India is at 63 or 70, earlier it was 77? How we can improve it? What are those sectors where we are lagging? Where? So here are few key points I would like to share with you all, that where we are lagging and where we still need to work a lot and think a lot how we can make it better. As compared to the other these economies, high income economies, India is at 163rd position when it comes to enforcement or enforcing contracts. We all know that what is the importance of contract in business. For a startup, they enter into so many contracts. When it comes to enforcing and making those contracts implement, we are still at 163rd position, whereas we are at 154th position when it comes to registry of a property. It takes 58 days and cost on average 7.8% of the property's value to register it, which is longer and greatest as compared to these high income economies. When we talk about that resolve a commercial dispute, it takes 1,445 days to a company to resolve its commercial dispute through a local first instance court, which is three times as compared to these high income economies. So this is an indicator that yes, India is doing well, but still there are certain factors, certain areas where we are lagging behind all these economies. So we need to improve it. Ease of doing business ranking is based on certain quantitative indicators. As I've shared, there are certain indicators where you are lagging. So what are those indicators? Key indicators are starting a business, how easy, how fast, how comfortable, or how better environment we are giving for starting a business, how easy and how convenient to get a location, how easy to get finance for your business, how easy to finance your idea, how easy to to access finance requirement. When it comes to day-to-day operation, how easy, how comfortable environment we are providing to all these startups to dealing with their day-to-day operations. And moreover, how secure environment is for the startups. There is a very secure environment, so that people can think about starting a business. If that environment is not safe, secure enough, many people, they may have the idea, but due to this not having a very safe and secure environment, they may drop their idea, they may not get into the business. So all these quantitative indicators are reflecting the position of India in the tally of all 190 countries. Better, no doubt, better these indicators and better the global rank. Now the question here arises, how we can improve these indicators? So here comes the answer. We can improve these indicators by providing conducive entrepreneurial ecosystem. So here comes the role of ecosystem in improving all these indicators, all these key indicators, all these sectors, all these parameters on which the position in this tally is decided. So if we have a very favorable, conducive environment, obviously the result is that we are getting a better and better ranking. So let's start with what ecosystem is. The concept of ecosystem consists of two terms. The first term is entrepreneurial, which is related and to startups, mostly in their starting or scaling phase. And the second term is ecosystem, which is derived from natural sciences, which generally defined as a system or a group of interconnected elements formed by the interaction of a community of organisms with their environment. A definition of a ecosystem is a dynamic interactive community within a geographical region composed of varied and interdependent actors like entrepreneur, institution and organization, and factors like market, regulatory framework, support setting, entrepreneurial culture, which evolves over time and whose actor and factor coexist and interact to promote new venture creation. Basically, entrepreneurial ecosystem is a platform where these actors and factors interact in a way that as a result they are creating new ventures. Now, if this environment is favorable, obviously the new venture creation process and number of new venture creation will be higher. And on the other hand, if this environment is not uh, favorable, definitely the result would be less number of entrepreneurs, decrease in the ranking and all sort. To make it simple, the entrepreneurship ecosystem is set of factors that interact to create an environment that favors or maybe does not favor development of entrepreneurs and small businesses. Moving ahead, there are numerous definitions of what ecosystem is and how it functions. One of the most frequently used model was developed by Daniel Ellsberg. According to him, the entrepreneurial ecosystem consists of 6 domains, which includes policy, finance, markets, human capital, supports, and culture. He emphasized that every entrepreneurial ecosystem is unique in itself as it develops under idiosyncratic circumstances. Another important thing he mentioned that yes, these ecosystems are geographically bounded, but not confined to a very specific geographical scale. For understanding what ecosystem is as per Daniel Ellsberg, let's have that model he has introduced. Let's understand what is ecosystem as per his understanding. If we look at here, as there are 6 domains which is related to policy, finance, culture, support, human capital, and market. When it comes to policy, policies means each and every policy related to business, starting business, related to growth of business, each and every policy. I'm not going to talk more about these policies. These policies like, there are Startup India policies, Stand Up India, Atal Incubation Mission, or National Innovation and National Innovation and Startup Policy for students and faculty, which I'm going to talk in detail in the next part, or campus ecosystem. It is related to campus. I came to know that there is going to be a very specific one particular session on policies related to startups, so I'm not going to touch this. Similarly, on finance, there is going to have a separate lecture on this, so I'm not going to touch this. Yes, I would like to share my understanding about policies, finance, culture, and all these elements. When it comes to culture, culture means what sort of environment our society is offering for these startups, budding entrepreneurs, or those entrepreneurs, all sort of, what sort of treatment we do with the successful entrepreneurs, what sort of treatment we are giving to the failure entrepreneurs, how encouraging our social culture, societal norms to all these entrepreneurs, those who are getting into this process of entrepreneurship. Then comes supports. Supports consist of infrastructure. What sort of infrastructure that particular economy or country is offering to its entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, or on people, those who want to get into the entrepreneurship. Infrastructure related to telecommunication, logistic, transportation, energy, or what sort of infrastructure related to incubator, accelerator, or co-working space culture. All this consists of infrastructure. When it comes to support, see, all these entrepreneurs, those who are getting into the business, it is not necessary that they are knowing each and every thing related to entrepreneurship. Specifically, I'm talking about compliances, and other policy implementation, or the sort of like they don't know. A person having a great idea, maybe he is not knowing how to frame, how to form a company. Maybe he is not knowing what are the compliances related to forming a company, and afterward what are the annual compliances. And similarly, a person may be having a very great idea, but he's not knowing how to keep accounts of books, and they don't know how to pitch for investment, where to pitch, how, technical expertise and everything. A person may be having a very good idea, but he's not knowing that what sort of legal formalities, accounting related formalities, investment related formalities. So what sort of infrastructure, how well you are going to support them regarding all these requirements. When it comes to institutional or non-government institutions, entrepreneurship promotion for not for profit, which we call social entrepreneurship, what sort of support you are providing to them, what sort of educational setup, training setup you are providing to them, what sort of infrastructure or facilities you are providing them to share their ideas, to take part in conferences, summits, and also this comes under support. When it comes to human capital, be it is skilled or unskilled, if your country, if your economy, if that particular geographical region is full of these human capital as required by these startups, definitely they are going to have best of the man, best of the persons for their startup. So are we providing that set of skills to these do we have those institutions where these sort of people, those who are skilled or unskilled people, can be provided to these startups? Market, another important thing. What type of market is there? Obviously, these startups need a market support. Whatever they are producing, be it is a service, be it is a product, they are producing for selling purpose. If the market is supportive, if the market is very much accepting them, then they can flourish, then they can grow. If the market is not going to accept them, then it is going to be tough to them. So if we talk about market, what type of market? Early adopter for proof of concept. If someone has came with certain product, a prototype, or early stage of development of product, what type of treatment he is getting from market? If that market is very much welcoming, very much acceptable, then he or she, whosoever, he is going to be successful gradually, because he is getting that positive inputs. Entrepreneurial network, mentorship, hand holding, each and every element consists and create this ecosystem. For making it more simple and more understandable, further we have divided these 6 components into three key parts. So what are those 3? Very first is the surrounding environment, more precisely the business environment and investment climate. Second is the interacting actors, and third is evolving culture and attitude. Let's take all these 3 components one by one. Business environment and investment climate. It is a complex of policy, legal, institutional and regulatory conditions that govern business activities. Basically, it is the framework related to starting or running or governing a business. It includes the administration and enforcement mechanism established to implement government policies, as well as institutional arrangements that influence the way key actors operates. If you look at this picture, there are 2 circles. Outer one is investment climate, which is macro, and internal one is business environment, which we can say a micro environment, where we are talking about, let's take the inner circle first, where we are talking about business registration, tax policies, business registration, how easy, how simple the business registration process is, what sort of environment you are providing, so that people, those who want to start, they will not afraid of registering a business. I have seen personally, initially people having certain apprehensions regarding registering their business as a company. Why? Because they feel like, okay, if they once they register as a company, so the compliances and all this, that will make their job tough. So we need to make them understand that what are the benefits of registering your business, and what are the process. So if the process is very simple, you are helping them. Tax policies, if you look at, if you go through the policies of tax, there are a lot of exemption for startups for certain initial periods. For 3 years, 4 years, there is tax exemptions, and area specific, region specific, zone specific. If you establish your business into a particular zone, you will get tax rebate or tax exemption for certain periods. Access to finance, for a particular type of business, what type of the financial assistance or financial accessibility is there, this will constitute your financial environment. Labor law and administration, quality and regulatory governance, land titles, as we have discussed earlier, that it takes 1445 days to dispute, and it takes 58 days and 7.8% of cost for registering a property. So if these parameters are needed to be improved, if we want to improve them, we need to make it simple. We need to make it entrepreneur or business friendly. Access to commercial court, as I said earlier, if that period of 1445 days is to be reduced to very, just imagine, if you have a dispute with your partner, if you have a dispute with your supplier or anyone, and if it is going to take more than 1500 days, so you can easily imagine the loss that the organization is going to face. So better if we can cut down or cut short this period, definitely it is going to make a better ecosystem. Then public and private dialogue. If we are providing that platform where public and private can, this organization can have a platform to raise their issues, speak their issues, talk. That's why the government came with the PPP model. Then market information, which is very, very much important and very much required. If a startup gets exact market information, he or he will, strategize his entire business activities accordingly. What is market, how it is going to behave, what is the nature of market. If all these information are with the startups, definitely they are going to have edge over their competitors. When it comes to the outer circle, where we're talking about investment climate, which is a macro level, where financial market, rules, regulation, we will talk about this in our coming slides. Functional area of environment, business environment reforms included. What are those areas where we need to reform or make them better? Simplify business registration and licensing procedure. If we make it, if there are countries like New Zealand, all these countries, where any startup, any business, those who want to register, they can sit in one sitting, within 1 hour, they can get their business registered. Whereas as compared to those leading countries, if we talk about Indian case, still, yes, no doubt, after 2016, government has improved, government has made this process very simple, but still it takes 5 to 6 days, 4 to 5 days. So we need to make it very simple, where one can sit on the desktop, where one can sit with his all the document, and in one go, he will finish his registration process. And similarly, licensing procedure. Licensing procedure should be simple enough. It should not be the time consuming or which is as a result going to delay their business operation. So it should be simple, it should be easy, it should be an entrepreneurial favorable. Then it comes tax policy. As I said, we need to have a separate tax policies or favorable tax policies for all these startups. If we have a policy of exemption, rebate for these startups, in a way we are encouraging them to get into this. Another important thing, that is your accessibility of finance. How easy to get finance? What is the rate of finance, cost of finance? What is the procedure to get into that agreement and acceptance or release of funds? If we are making these things better, if we are enabling this assessment to finance is better, definitely we are going to have a better ecosystem. Improve labor law and administration, improving the overall quality of regulatory governance, where these startups need not to suffer for a longer period only due to certain procedural lags, where it is, you know, that the process is so much time consuming that they are losing their business, they are losing their interest. Then land title, as we have discussed earlier, simplify this, simplify and speeding up the access to commercial courts. This is also we have discussed that if we need to cut short that period of 1,545 days, we need to cut short that, so that these commercial disputes can be solved within a very short period. Then comes public private dialogue. We need to provide that platform where public private dialogue can be possible. We need to provide them all sort of information which is required for their business. If we are able to provide all this to them, definitely we are going to improve the number and the ranking, and as well as the ecosystem. The business environment is, as we have seen in the previous picture, it is a subset of investment climate. Investment climate means that macro environment which is going to affect every industry, not a particular industry. Financial market. If we have a very stable financial market, if we have stability in the financial market, it is definitely going to help the startups, which include access to finance, financial regulations, policies, and everything. If cost and each and everything related to the financial market. The rules of law, meaning legal rights, which can be, you know, which can be, for instance, inhibited, corrupt, or regulate the business regulation process. If the laws are very much favorable, if the laws are very much in the favor of startups, they are helping them, definitely it is going. That's why all these policies, all these what we can say, schemes of the government, they are to protect the interest of these startups. They are to help these startups to grow. Then human resource and skills. What type of human resource we are providing to in the economy? What sort of technical, vocational education institutions? What type of skill sector we are having with our economy? This is also going to impact and affect the ecosystem. If we have good technical skilled people, if we have better vocational education, if we have institutions where we are creating whatever requirement of these startups, that type of people, that type of human resource, we are definitely going to improve that. Then economic predictability. This is another important point. Overall macroeconomic stability and growth path where the country is heading towards. As it was, you know, there was a recession in 2008 and 9. Definitely in that particular time, people cannot think about investment and everything. If you have a very strong, stable, and futuristic capital market, if you have that futuristic economic predictability, yes, there is going to be have a progress and growth. Definitely people having money, they are going to invest into this. So we need to provide that stable economic condition too. Then infrastructure, as we discussed earlier, infrastructure plays a very important role. Road, it is related to transportation or logistics, communication, or electricity, power, whatever we are saying. If we are able to provide all these to our entrepreneurs, definitely they are going to flourish and definitely they are going to grow. Political situation, another important thing. If we have a very stable or progressive government, definitely the culture of startup and ecosystem is going to be better. If you see that very first or second slide I have shared, where India was at 116th position in 2006. After 2016, when this Modi government first phase, they came, they you know, they have launched certain schemes like Startup India, Stand Up India. Specifically, they want to create that entrepreneurial environment. There can be certain policies. So political intention, political will and wish of a particular government that also affect the ecosystem. So if we have a very strong, secure, or this type of political situation where people can think about, they can risk their money, career, and everything. Then labor market, as we have said earlier. Meanwhile, the availability of skilled workers and sufficient matchmaking between the work supplied and work demand, if we are able to do that, definitely we are going to have a better environment, a better ecosystem. The second important thing comes actors, interacting actors. An entrepreneurial ecosystem provides a stage, a platform for variety of actors that influence the conduciveness of the place towards entrepreneurship. It is most important, it is important to know which actor either constrain or foster entrepreneurial activity. What are those actors? The actors are individuals, maybe an entrepreneur, maybe an investor, maybe an educator, maybe you, maybe me, all we are the part of this ecosystem. When we talk about entrepreneurship, educational institution are the breeding field for the entrepreneurs. So there we are also an important part. So we are also actor. Organization means social unit. People set up and manage to achieve specific goals and serve the certain purpose, like companies, universities, banks, other institutions. They are categorized as organization. Third actor is institutions. Institution, it is in a sociological sense, where we are talking about values, family, religion. Yes, if we talk about Indian society, if we talk about Indian, there are certain families that they know that clearly, okay, my son, my daughter, they are going to get into the business. Why? Because they have that sort of culture in their business. There are certain religion where business is treated in a different manner. So all these actors are interacting in that particular platform where we talked about that business environment and investment climate. They are going to interact with that climate and environment and creating opportunities and challenges for the business. If we'll moving ahead, then last but not least, that important component, that is entrepreneurial culture and attitude. The culture of a society has a large impact on entrepreneurial ecosystem. It affects individual attitude towards entrepreneurship. Therefore, the likelihood to become an entrepreneur is affected by the culture. If we talk about in India, there are certain communities which are known for, there are certain geographical regions which are known for what? Entrepreneurship. We know that people specifically from Gujarat, or people specifically from certain community like Guptas or Marwadi in Marwadi जिनको हम कहते हैं, we know that okay, they have that set of mindset. They will not think about doing something. I'm not saying that they don't get into the another field, but yes, mostly they are into the business. So culture plays a very important role in development cooperation. It is increasingly recognized that culture and attitude alongside the social protection schemes are important factors for determining countries' level of entrepreneurship. How open your society is, how your society is going to react or act on questions, certain questions which are posed by this situation. Some relevant questions are like, are the behavioral pattern is favorable for the entrepreneurship in the culture, in a society, in an economy, how people are talking about, how people are thinking about entrepreneurship. Is the society is open toward entrepreneurship related characteristics such as a network of innovation and anything? How openly your society is going to accept. Is the entrepreneurship is treated as one of the desirable career option? If you ask in your class of 60, 70, if you ask people what they want to become, I'm sure the percentage of the people, those who are going to take entrepreneurship as a career, that is going to be very less. Reason behind, because we don't have that cultural, we don't have that socially acceptable or conducive environment for them. Do the media promote entrepreneurship through their coverage, success stories? And yes, we can see that in recent past, few young guys like founder of Oyo Room and all these, they Flipkart, Bunny Bansal and all, they are promoted highly. That's why there is a buzz in the market and people are thinking about, okay, yeah, this is another option, we can go for this also. How the society is judging, how the society is going to treat someone who failed. What type of environment you are providing to the people, those who are failed? Are we going to accept them? How we are going to protect them? That is another important thing. How do the successful entrepreneur have a very high level of status and respect in the society? If we have all favorable answer to all these questions, we are able to give a very conducive or improved environment. How we can answer that? How we can answer these questions? The Global Entrepreneurial Monitor, which is GEM, we call that, which has data for, and which have all the answer related to this. It is though they do a research, very rigorous research, and they come with the answer to all these questions, where India is, no doubt, progressively moving ahead, but still lot to do. Now all these three components or parts are in all together. You can see this image, this inner circle. It is talking about culture, it is talking about mindset, it is talking about values, it is talking about how we are going to react to those entrepreneurial. There's a last circle which we call this investment climate and business environment and investment climate. The business environment and investment climate form the legal, administrative, and regulatory framework in which all these inner circle, these actors, where you, me, investor, entrepreneur, or mentor, all we are acting and reacting in this platform, which is provided by this business environment in creation of new ventures. If we acting and this environment is favorable, we are creating new ventures. If the environment is not favorable, if the attitude, if the behavior of these individual, these actor is not favorable, that is against that ecosystem. Finally, as we said, that culture and attitude, which is the result of, we can say that culture, it is a vice versa type. Culture and attitude is helping create entrepreneurial ecosystem, and on the other way we can say that the entrepreneurial environment helps to creating that. So it is a both side, it is interacting to in a both side. So how we can judge, how we can conclude that okay, this environment ecosystem is good or bad? When it comes to mapping the ecosystem, we will concentrate on the following few factors on which we can decide, okay, what is the state of ecosystem in this particular economy. To assess the entrepreneurial ecosystem performance, we can judge worth and death and survival rate of new business. What is the worth? How many, what is the worth rate? What is the death rate? What is the survival rate? It is a good indicator of ecosystem. Then it comes entrepreneurial activity among the population. What is the scale of entrepreneurial activities? At what level these entrepreneurial activities are carried on? Then comes registration of new business. How many new business are registered? How, if the number of new business registered previously and number of new business registered currently, if that number is showing a positive and progressive scale, that means we have done our job perfectly. Then new job created by these new business. What is the number of new job created by these entrepreneurs, new business entrepreneurs? Then export done by these entrepreneurs, new businesses. These are certain parameter. Investment secured by, how many of these investment startups have secured investment in form of equity or loan? How many unicorn there in the economy in last 5 years or 10 years? So all these parameter indicates that how conducive, how productive and protective your ecosystem is. So here I'm going to end this first part. It is regarding, I have just given you word view, we can say that overview of what entrepreneurial ecosystem is. In next part, I'm going to talk about institutional ecosystem, where I'm going to talk about the policy that national innovation and startup policy 2019. What type of campus ecosystem or institutional ecosystem we can create. And then finally, I'm going to discuss about the case or operation of our own incubation center. So in that part. So thank you for this. And let's hope, I just hope I have tried to make some sense out of this. Thank you. See you in next video.